Alrighty then. It's good, YouTube. It is indeed time for a brand new implementation. Please don't be intimidated because today we are back training some arms, training some biceps and triceps, alternating exercises back and forth up in this. And damn, this isn't fresh in my memory, but let me just say that I do recall this gym session being packed with people coming in left and right like there was a party being thrown in there. Damn it, I chose the wrong time to film a workout, but I did the best that I could. I think it was earlier in the afternoon is the reasoning why, but it was my own fault for saying, "Hey, I'm going to go record." But a lot of you guys tend to say that my gym seems pretty damn empty from the videos, which is understandable because I live in a smaller type of a town. At least my gym is located in a smaller type of community. And it's not one of those big name LA Fitnesses or anything like that where you're going to see people brushing together shoulder to shoulder. I could never personally work out in a gym like that. There's no possible way. Especially lately. I'm finding that if what do you want to call it? I don't know. I just get distracted too easily. If I'm not able to go in there and follow the task at hand, I definitely will allow my mind to wander. When there's so many people in there, I can just get too distracted. And luckily, there weren't enough people in there today where I was going to have conversation after conversation taking away from my filming. And I had a pretty good arm workout overall. You guys already know I'm back to training biceps and stuff on a regular basis. And I wanted to mess around, of course, for a video's sake, as well as I had nothing I could really train on this day. I think I had ran into a problem where I'd already trained legs 2 days before this. I'd trained I had a chest and back workout following that leg session, and I wasn't really feeling a shoulder workout per se, so I went ahead and did some biceps and triceps. And I wanted to just show you guys a couple of movements that I truly believe are the best movements. I don't even think that you see a lot of machine work in this workout. It's mainly free weight exercises, and for me personally, you don't need anything else other than those types of movements. Now, actually, thinking back, I do a couple of cable curls or cable extensions towards the end, but the majority of this session was filled by free weight exercises, calling on a lot of different fibers of the arms. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but as you can see, sticking between rep ranges of 6 to 10. Ideally, for me personally, when I say mass building rep ranges, and I'm talking mass, where you're breaking down some heavy muscle tissue, not really focused on building quality, and you just want to build overall mass, I typically say that falls between 6 and 8 total reps. Now, when you go into a set, you don't just rush through it to hit that 6 to 8 reps, because if you're speeding through a powerlifting movement where you're very explosive, not necessarily controlling the negative to the greatest degree, that isn't always going to be considered mass building in my reckoning. I feel like you've got to have control over the weights, battle with the exercise, battle with the set to make it last as long as possible. Anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds is going to be the most optimal, and you will see some freaking growth. Now, I showed off a little bit. I really don't care because I had a real good pump going. I love training arms now. I forgot years ago when I would train them consistently, I had forgotten how fun and how addicting it can be to hit biceps with triceps because you just feel so damn big. And you almost feel like one of those people that walks, what do you call that? Invisible lat syndrome, when your arms hang way off to your sides. That's what I felt like in this workout because my arms got so damn pumped up. And driving home, it was so hard to keep my arms on the steering wheel. They actually didn't even, my arms didn't fill out. My arms did not fit in my coat. God, I can't even talk. My arms literally could not even slip into my winter coat. That's how pumped they were. And I just felt amazing because my winter coat's an extra large. So it's Jesus, I had a nice pump going. And when I get a little bit of an arm pump, I think my front delts, blow up a little bit as well. You can see some movement action because I'm using a little bit of momentum. But that's to be expected when you're going heavier. And that's one thing that I hope you guys realize. Like, I'm not one of these people that is extremely 100% critical of form. However, I do believe that if you're a beginner for your first few years of lifting, you've got to be very, very, what do you want to call it, diligent in learning proper form. And once you master proper form of all exercises, you feed into what works for your body, what specific muscle groups you can get away with a little bit of cheat. It's at that point you can sacrifice form a little bit to throw around a couple of, extra pounds thrown on an easy curl bar. Like right here, I think this was like 110 pounds on an easy curl bar, and it was awkward as shit because my wrists are not flexible at all. So whenever I'm in a fixed position, whether it's a straight bar, a barbell, or as you just saw that easy bar, my wrists just feel so weird. And sometimes it's a painful feeling, other times it's not. But whatever, we're freaks, we don't care about wrist pain. So moving into the next triceps movement, we of course had to throw in a French press. And I've said it before, I think anyways. I tell people when they ask, two of my favorite triceps exercises. In fact, the top triceps mass builders or best triceps movements in general. Actually, I'm going to give you 3 instead of 2 now that I think about it. The French press with a dumbbell, a straight bar, whatever you want. This exercise I'm doing right now. The skull crusher. And it's kind of a tie, this next one, between a dip and like a close grip triceps press or close grip bench press. For me personally, I don't get like a whole lot of engagement from doing close grip what do you want to call it, bench presses. I don't get a whole lot of triceps engagement. I just, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the length of my arms or what it could be. Maybe my chest takes over a little bit too much. I think it might have to do with my ego lifting. Like, I probably shouldn't be putting 225 on when I lay down and do those types of pressing movements, but I do it anyways, and so I feel like my triceps kind of miss out on some of the engagement they could be getting. But those are my top exercises for building mass in the triceps. None of these machines or anything like that. Machines, yes, they are great, amazing for isolation, and with arm development, a lot of isolation is key. But just keep in mind that when you're using a free weight, you're bringing in so many other stabilization muscles and stuff, and I think so many people neglect that. As soon as they walk in the gym, they go straight to cable curls, machine curls, and then they'll go straight into the cable triceps push downs, and then the triceps, all those cables and stuff. At times, yes, use them as a pre-exhaust movement so you don't have to go as heavy in the free weights and, injure yourself or break down your joints to the degree that you can't even train anymore. But just keep that in mind, you guys. You get so much extra fiber engagement from using the free weights, and with arm development, it doesn't take that much. You don't have to go that heavy. I can admit, like, I've gotten very egotistical with, like, a lot of different training techniques that I'm using. But I'm nearing the end of this bulk, and I really do want to, like, sustain as much strength as possible. I really want to retain as much as I can. And I just want to keep getting stronger. Like, I truly think I'm going to get stronger as I lean out, just because I still feel kind of sluggish, eating like shit all the time. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, you'll know, like, I eat like shit right now because that's the only way it's possible for me to hit my calorie requirements. It's not going to be that easy to eat clean and hit 4,000 plus calories on a day-to-day diet. It's not cheap either. So, by the way, if you guys don't follow me on Snapchat, go do that right about now, because I do post about, some of the shit foods that I've been eating during this little bulking process that I've been going through. It's kind of late now because I probably only have less than a month left before I go and I get stringy as hell. So after that, as I said, the dips, you can't neglect them. A great triceps movement. You can even begin with the dips themselves. I could have done that in this workout, but I don't know. I wanted to do those skull crushers and show off with that 135. But I think I had a reasonable amount of control over the weight. And that's the biggest thing. It's like, yes, you can go heavy, but how much control do you have over it? I know earlier I went up to like 110 pounds in the easy curls, the easy bar curls. and my form was relatively clean. Like, I would hold at the top for a split second. My negative was beyond, like, damaging, like, in a good way, damaging. But just admire how thick. I've never looked this thick before. Like, my delts and just my biceps to tricep. Like, if you were to take a measurement right there, it's just crazy. And that lighting and everything. Sure, I don't have any striations in my tricep whatsoever, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, we got some extra mass, so when we cut down, we'll be nice and ugly and shredded as foie. So that's the end of the video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and give me some feedback in the comments. Love you all so much. Peace out. Bye.